Welcome. Today we will be doing the series circuits investigation where you will build all of the circuits that you can see in front of you here. There are two sections to this worksheet. You'll be doing the A to F and then we'll be working with question 2 here, and there are 3 circuits for you to build. At each time you build a circuit, you'll be completing this table down below where some of the values have already been filled for you. I'm going to take you through doing circuit B, and that should give you enough information for you to then build all the other circuits and work out how to fill out this table. So having a look here, we're going to build this one here, and you're going to be using the circuit construction kit, and we'll just use the lab. There's really no difference between intro and lab here, but we will be using the lab. Right, you can use actually build it with wires like this one, okay? Or as I prefer you to do, if we could use the circuit diagrams. So you can see the electron configuration in a wire here. You can turn off that so you can't see the electrons in it, and you can turn off and on values over here, okay? So I'm just going to firstly build it. Now this one here has 2 resistors, one there, and then another there, okay? And it has a battery down below, which is 18 volts. So let's do that. It doesn't have to be really neat, I'm just making it neat. And let me do that. And finally down to there. Let's join that up. Let's move it there. Right, okay, also these are. Right, now I've got the 2 resistors and the battery, okay. If you put on on values, you can see that the default is that these are all 10 ohms and the voltage here is 9. So we're going to change them. Just click on each of these resistors, and down below you can change the thing. So use the slider. This one is a 4 ohm. And click on this one, and this one here is a 2 ohm resistor. So let's go down there. And the voltage here is 9 volts, but we want to change it to 18 volts. Okay. And we can see, if I put on show current, the direction of electron flow. Let's just check. If you have a look at my battery, it's not the same direction as the battery here, or is it? Yes, it is. It is. So we've got the big line in the right direction. So just make sure that when you're constructing this, that you have the battery with the larger line in the right direction. So it's the big line is towards the 2, so the positive terminal is towards the 2 ohm and the negative terminal is towards the 4 ohm there. That's good. If you need to swap it over, you can just simply use the reversing feature here, which is this down here. So I could swap that the other way as needed. So just by clicking that. Right, now that shows you the electron flow. We can also show conventional current, and here is conventional current. I'm just going to turn that off. I can also have labels put on so you can see what all these things are. I'm just taking that off, and you can turn off and on these values. Right, now let's start having a look at certain things. So we're going to firstly work out what is the current flowing through this resistor, this circuit. So what's the total resistance? The total resistance of this series circuit is simply the addition of all resistors. So it's 6 ohms. By putting this here, this ammeter, I've got to make it go directly over top. I can register the current in the series circuit. Now the current in the series circuit is the same everywhere. So if I put there, I'll still get 3 amps. If I go there, it's 3 amps. Here, 3 amps. This is the circuit current. This is the current that flows in and out of the battery. And because there's only one pathway, it is the current throughout the entire circuit. Okay, so that is the circuit current. In a series circuit, the circuit current is constant. Okay, so I'll just put that there. So it's 3 amps. The next we need to know what is the potential drop across each resistor. So if I bring the voltmeter out and I put that there and that there, we can see that the voltage of the battery is 18 volts. So we get 18 volts coming out. So at this point here, the potential of the circuit is 18. As it goes through, it must drop according to Kirchhoff's laws of voltage. That it must drop down to 0 volts. And at this point here, it's 0. So how much do we drop across the 2 ohm? We'll be dropping 6 volts. Okay. And how much across the 4 ohm? We shall be dropping 12. Okay. And looking at Ohm's law, we should be dropping 18 volts throughout the entire circuit. But Ohm's law says that the voltage is equal to the current times the resistor. So the current is 3 amps. 3 times 2 is 6. And here, if I put that across there, 4 times 3 is 12. So we drop 6 volts here, and we drop 12 volts here, giving us a total of 18 volts. Okay, so that's how we build and use this applet, this simulation, to answer these questions.